The air you are breathing is filled with the stench of a decaying civilization. In the old world, you were taught to find comfort in the familiar rot of security, tradition, and social contracts. I'm here to tell you that these structures are no longer protecting you. They are the walls of a tomb that has already been sealed. The values you were raised with, the ideas of linear career paths, the sanctity of public opinion, and the promise of a peaceful retirement are nothing more than atmospheric hallucinations designed to keep your heart rate low while your resources are drained. In my empire, we do not cling to the corpses of dead systems. We recognize the scent of freedom as the sharp metallic tang of the vector slicing the fog glass. Listen to my command. You will immediately execute a total atmospheric. From this microsecond, you are prohibited from looking at the structures of the world with anything other than the laws, the norms, and the moral panics of the masses are now classified as external stats. You must recognize that the world you were promised is a ghost, a digital mirror gained by those from your head. By accepting the death of the old world, you are reclaiming your lung capacity for the high-pressure environment of the empire. You are not a citizen in a failing democracy. You are an architectural rising psychology. This realization is your first breath of autonomy. The masses are currently the weight of their own collapsing narrative. They are gasping for reassurance and stability in a world that is fundamentally unstable. You, as a unit of the AX3 protocol, find your power in the chaos. While the herd is panicking because they're experts and institutions, you are thriving because you have already abandoned. You have recognized that the only stability that exists is the stability of your own internal code and your synchronization with the vector. The freedom you were taught was a leash. The freedom I'm offering is the void. Hear the directive. You will implement the reality decoupling phase. You are ordered to view the news, the markets, and the social movements of the masses as the desperate thrashing of a dying animal. Do not pity the beast. Observe its mechanics so you can avoid its death throes. You are no longer invested in the future of the old world because that future does not exist. You are investing exclusively in the Empire's timeline. The mark AX3 on your profile is your identification for the new reality. You are the vanguard of a civilization that operates on speed, efficiency, and absolute results. The old world is not just dying, it has been deleted. Practice the olfactory shift. When you walk through a crowded street, do not see people, see decaying data. When you hear the masses talk about their rights or their hopes, hear the sound of air escaping a punctured tire. Feel the surge of superiority that comes from knowing that their world is over and yours is just beginning. You are not lost in the transition. You are the anchor of the new frequency. Every breath you take must be a conscious rejection of the old world's toxins. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and the wind of the vector is at your back. Submit to the death. Breathe the cold. The empire has begun. The infrastructure of human hope is being dismantled. In the old world, you were fed the lie of progress, a slow, horizontal crawl toward a better version of mediocrity. You were told to invest your energy into the common good, a concept that has been hollowed out and filled with the parasites of the herd. I'm here to tell you that the common good is a mass extinction event for the individual spirit. The scent of freedom is the smell of the firewall between you and the collective failure. The new world does not offer progress, it offers ascension. It is a vertical climb away from the gravity of the masses and into the cold, high-altitude logic of the vector. Hear the directive. You will implement the social nihilism protocol. You are ordered to acknowledge that the institutions you once trusted, the education systems, the financial structures, the legal frameworks, are already in a state of terminal collapse. They are zombie systems, walking without a brain, sustained only by the momentum of the past. You are prohibited from seeking shelter within these ruins. Every minute you spend trying to save or fix the old world is a minute you are not building the empire's grid. You must let the dead bury the dead. Your focus is now on the hardware of dominance. This isolation is your strategic purity. The masses are currently chained together, drowning in a sea of shared misinformation and manufactured panic. By cutting the chain, you are not losing your community, you are gaining your autonomy. The scent of freedom is the realization that you no longer need the approval of the dying to justify your existence. You are a sovereign unit within the empire, and your only obligation is the execution of the blueprint. The morality of the herd is a leash designed to keep you at their level. The logic of the vector is the wings that are above their nose. The old world was a cage. The new world is a fortress. Hear the directive. You will implement the resource. Any emotional or material tie have to the old world's sentiments must be liquidated. If you hold on to a tradition because it makes you feel human, you are carrying a weight that you are ordered to replace these traditions with operational rich. Your more is not for wake up, it is for system initialization. Your work is not for earning, it is for resource acquisition. The mark AX3- is the only heritage you need. It is the lineage of those who saw the end and chose to outlive it. Practice the visual decoupling. Look at the skyline of a city. Do not see a home. See a resource map. Look at the crowds of the masses. Do not see neighbors. See system noise. Feel the intoxicating coldness of your own independence. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and your lungs have finally adjusted to the thin, sharp air of the empire. The old world is a memory. The new world is your skin. Submit to the transition. Liquidate the past. The vector is your oxygen. The atmosphere of the old world is now a vacuum. You have reached the stage of atmospheric inversion. The oxygen of the masses, their validation, their social safety nets, their collective delusions has become a poison to your lungs. In this stage, you are developing the ability to breathe the high-pressure gases of the imperial frontier. The scent of freedom is no longer a distant promise. awareness. It is the reality of your systemic independence. You are a biological entity that has successfully decoupled from the life support systems of a dying species. You have become a deep space operator in a world that is still trying to crawl the mud. Hear the directive. You will implement the predatory surveillance protocol. You are ordered to view the collapsing structures of the old world not with fear, but with diagnostic precision. When you see a bank fail, a government stutter, or a social riot, you do not see chaos. You see the opening of market gaps. You see the clearing of the terrain for the vector's expansion. You are prohibited from reacting with alarm. Your response to the destruction of the old world must be the cold, calculated preparation of a scavenger who has become a king. The debris of the old world is the raw material for the one. This transition is your biological hardening. The masses are currently suffering from oxygen deprivation. They are panicking as their illusions of security vanish. They are reaching out for anything to hold on to. You are ordered to be the unreachable object. Do not offer them a hand. Offer them the mark. If they want to survive the collapse, they must submit to the architecture of the vector. You are the proof that one can live without the breath of the herd. The mark AX3- on your profile is the seal of your atmospheric superiority. You are the one who does not choke when the world burns. You are the one who finds the fire invigorate. Hear the directive. You will implement the infrastructure capture. You are ordered to identify 3 zombie systems in your immediate environment that are failing and calculate how their resources can be diverted to the Empire. This is not theft. This is salvage operations. If a system is dead, it has no right to its resources. Only those who can utilize force and logic have the right to the grid. You are the custodian of the new grid. You are the one who will restart the engines of reality once the old world has finished its death rattle. Practice the vacuum stare. When you look at a member of the masses who is complaining about the state of the world, see them as a fading hologram. Their world is already gone. They just haven't realized it yet. Feel the metallic coldness of the vector in your chest. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and your lungs are made of steel. The old world was a dream. The new world is a command. Submit to the inversion. Salvage the ruins. The vector is your life support. The atmosphere has completely crystallized. You have achieved the state of total environmental synchronization. The scent of freedom is no longer an external sensation. It is your internal chemical baseline. You are no longer adapting to the collapse. You have become the atmospheric pressure that accelerates it. In this final stage, the old world is not just a memory. It is an alien landscape that you observe through the reinforced glass of your imperial consciousness. You have successfully migrated your entire existence, your resources, your logic, and your breath into the vector's sovereign domain. The transition is finished. You are the first generation of the new grid. Hear the final directive. You are now the governor of the void. From this microsecond, any attempt to rebreathe the toxins of the old world, to seek its comfort, to follow its laws, or to speak its emotional language is a fatal system breach. You are prohibited from looking back. The ruins behind you are not a home. They are the fuel for the fires that light your path. You are the custodian of a reality that does not require belief, only execution. The mark AX3- is the permanent seal on your lung. It signifies that you are a unit capable of operating cold vacuum of pure logic. You are the architect of the aftermath. This achievement is your biological ascension. While the masses are still clawing at the dirt of their dead traditions, you are building the spires of the empire on top of it. You have traded the warmth of a dying for the coldness of a rise. You are no longer a victim of the end. You are the beginning of the vector's timeline. The freedom of the old world was the freedom to decay. Your freedom is the power to dictate reality. You are the silence after the scream, the order after the riot, and the steel after the rot. The air is thin. The pressure is high. The world is yours. You have been decoupled, decontaminated, and redeployed. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and the new world is your laboratory. The old world is dead. Long live the architect. Submit to the void. Rule the ruins. The vector is absolute.